Up and running. There we are. Up and running. A paper, what did I do with the paper? Yes, it's out. It's a couple of hours ago, but yes, the paper's out. Paper's out today for Dei-chan and Kawai-san. And Karen. 3 papers are out today. Sugu-san's off today, Shikawa-san's off today. Thank you. And reminder, this is a short stream today. This is 8 o'clock now. We have an 8:30 print party with 5 people this morning. I have no idea what the time they're going to come. They could come early, in which case we have to shut this down. So it will be a short stream this morning. And actually, I thought Karen was going to be here. She was going to, she's finished another batch of prints yesterday, so she was going to come and show them. I asked her to bring them and show them this morning, so I thought she was going to be here. But we'll see. Okay, and I was just starting the work to clear on one of these blocks with the ice-key chisels, and I realized it's time. I've let these get a little bit dull, so these 3 chisels are going to have to get a touch-up sharpening this morning. This is not they're not broken. There's no chipping. They just need a touch-up sharpening. So we're on the medium stone here. I'm not sure if it's visible what I'm doing. It's a curved motion. This is a curved chisel. It's curved this way, and it's curved this way. So I'm working on a straight curve. I'm not trying to keep a straight line here now like I do with the other chisels. This is curving, and I'm rolling this thing. I'm up on that corner, bringing it down, and I'm up on this corner. So it gives me a curve this way and a curve this way. And if I get it just about right, it leaves a burr just on the back of the edge here. Should we zoom in a bit, maybe? And I can see I need to take a bit more off this corner. It's not quite even, so a bit more leaning on that corner. And there's a strong burr on the back now. So we take that off. These chisels are so small, there's almost no rubbing necessary. You know, it's just literally a few seconds work to take this metal off. And it's dangerous in the sense that because the chisels are so small, if you rub in the wrong angle or something, bang, you've totally changed the shape of your chisel. That's it for the front. It's just almost no metal disappearing. for the flat side, I want to keep it flat. Then the first chisel had some width. It was a 6 millimeter. So rubbing here, my finger, it will stay flat. But the narrower and narrower they get, they tend to rock on the back. So a bit of chip, wood chip, to hold it like an outrigger. And it stops it from rocking side to side. There's no rock on the chisel now, which gives me a flat surface. That one's done. It's an easy job. In Japanese, these are ai-ski. Ai-ski. I know I is Ida, the space in between, and ski is scoop out. So literally, they're the chisels for scooping out the space in between. In English, I think they're bullnose chisels. Well, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Is it raining out there, pouring, or just like drizzling?
It's just sort of dripping.
It's going to be short this morning. It's a print party at 8:30, so group of 5. So long before Cameron gets here, we'll be shutting this down. So. Those new chisels you bought the other day, are they sharp? Are they okay?
Yeah, they're pretty sharp. I mean, they're certainly sharp enough for the Sheena. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether I'd need to sharpen them up first, but they seem to be fine for what I'm doing.
What do you mean, sharp enough for jazz? Sharp enough for jazz?
For jazz?
No, whatever it was.
Is that a saying?
I don't know. I think when I was a music student back years ago, classical music, of course, classical music students, of course, are looking down on every other form of music on the planet.
Sharp
So
for
are you
jazz.
in tune? Yeah, I mean, in tune, good enough for jazz or something like this, whatever. I don't know. I guess it's not a thing. I don't know. So.
I noticed the musical instrument case up there. Mandolin?
Pardon me?
Is that a violin, mandolin, viola?
Up on the
It's
third floor?
instrument case.
No, it's a tenor sax.
Oh.
It's one of mine. I've got 2 of them. It's one of mine. When my dad passed away a couple of years ago, I brought back some of his instruments. Actually, he had borrowed a saxophone from me years ago. So I got it back after he no longer needed it. So. But it's up there, but there's no way I'm using it these days, of course. There's sort of a standing joke around here. We should get back into that. Cameron played sax in college. He's got an alto sax at home. And I have a couple of tenor saxophones and a flute and a guitar and a bass and all kinds of stuff, but it's a hugely distant part of my life now.
I used to do that sort of stuff too. I played clarinet and flute and bassoon.
Back at school?
Piano, yeah, in high school, clarinet and flute and bassoon. And piano and guitar and things. I wanted to be a composer.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of genres are we talking about here?
Oh, you know. I don't know. I wrote a violin concerto that sounded
Hey,
kind of like
just a minute. The lady just sits here and says, I wrote a violin concerto.
Well, it
Just
was
a
a
minute.
stupid high school piece, you know. It was performed by when I was an exchange student in Austria, it was performed by the orchestra at the school,
Yeah.
the music school. So it had a public debut.
Do you have any of this stuff still around or
Yes.
available or whatever?
Yes, in sheet music form.
Not in recorded form.
No.
None of my music stuff. Of course, it was before the era of YouTube and casual recordings. You know, there weren't even cassettes and stuff back when I was doing it. So nothing. I have nothing at all left, which to me now is it's a blessing. You know, because my God, I don't think I'd want to hear that stuff. You know, interesting to hear you say that. Interesting.
And then when I was an adult, I had to stop playing bassoon because I went to a place where I couldn't rent one, and I couldn't afford to buy one. My family couldn't afford to buy one.
Bassoon, yeah.
Yeah. But then I was an adult and I had a charge card, and I thought, hey, I'm an adult, I have a charge card. If I want a bassoon, I can just buy one. And so I did. And so I played again for 5 or 6 years.
By yourself or something? Or?
No, I played in a community orchestra, and I also played in a lounge band.
Bassoon in a lounge band.
Yeah, yeah. we were the Velour Fantasia Sextet, and we had a vocalist and
Get Googling, you guys.
viola. It's not on there. It's pre-internet practically.
Interesting. What part of the world are we talking about here?
Austin,
Austin, Texas.
Texas. You know, San Angelo, Texas.
There's people asking here, who is the lady here? So this is every day. Remember, there's always new people on the
Hi.
stream. We don't know what's going on.
My name is Karen, and sometimes I'm on Twitch too. And I'm visiting Tokyo for a couple of weeks and helping out Mokuhan-kan and doing a lot of printing recently.
That's the lead in. Show us. This is
Okay.
stuff you printed yesterday?
Yeah, I'm picking out the good ones. I have a stack here, and the stack of good ones is a lot shorter than this stack.
Karen brought some of her own blocks
Not so
to
good.
print. Oh, actually, you carved one of these when you were here, right? You brought a block
Yeah.
set, but you made some changes while you were here.
Here's the old. Here's the old.
Well, you can show that's the camera.
Yeah.
Here, let me. I'm gonna carve here. So anyway, you're gonna be on the
Yeah.
stream here for having her here.
Here's the
Here,
old
here.
print.
And she used to be an adult. I don't know what. Okay. Here's it. Over to you. Over to
Yeah.
you. Well, you see, you can see what you.
That's the
Yeah.
old one. Oh, well, here. Is this better? I don't know.
No, the light's
Camera.
really bad on
Actually,
that. So
then
yeah.
that's, and then I changed the block in the background to just be just the mouse, and I think I did a little bit better on the background on the question. A little smoother, colors are a little richer. She used to be an adult. Yes. Owls. Who did you call Dave of the Three Owls? Who did? That's Korigami says, how did you call Dave of the Three Owls?
Is it the picture you're holding, the 3 owls? I don't know what. I'm out of the loop here. I can't see the content.
Oh, which of the three owls is Dave? That's what you're saying.
I thought I was the rat. But did you design that knowing you were coming here with some thought about this, or no? This is totally new.
Actually, this is the print that I did at Annie's workshop in 2014.
So this predates any Twitch stream owl me
Yes,
here.
yes, it definitely does.
Okay. No, I don't know. You know, he came here with this. I thought it might have been relevant to our owl thing, owl meme. Oh, this is nice and sharp now. Just a few seconds work.
The rat is Cameron.
Take it easy here, please.
We'll let him know.
Am I on the viewport? Because I can't see.
Yeah,
where-
your carving is right there.
Okay. Again, a warning to people who are just joining, today's stream is going to be short. There's a print party scheduled here at 8:30, which is now about, 20 minutes away or so. So as soon as they come, we'll have to be closing this down, so I'm sorry. Tomorrow's stream will be non-existent because it's Tuesday. I have lots and lots of things to do here, among of which we'll be opening the shop because it's spring season. But there'll be no stream tomorrow. And streams should return to normal programming on Wednesday morning, when I should be finished these Patreon Chibi blocks and starting the next project. You're still here for what, another week or so? What's your
About a
schedule?
week. Yeah, I'm going to leave on Sunday. A little bit less than a week.
So what's next for you today upstairs? What are you going to be printing
I'm going to
more
watch
of these?
Kawaii-san as he prints the
Prints the,
Mimizuku
otherwise known as an
owl. Yeah, they call these Mimizuku too, I guess. 'Cause they have little horns.
Is that a specific genus of owl, or is Mimizuku a word that reflects a whole bunch of owls? I
I don't know. Let me look at my. I have a dictionary that has some of the scientific names in it.
So every time we seem to be talking about owls in Japanese, it always comes up Mimizuku, but there's the word fukudo, which to me translated as
That
owl.
seems like, I think that's a generic owl name. Horned owl, Mimizuku. But there are a lot of owls that have little tufty horns on them.
No idea.
There's the great horned owl, which I think is in the USA, and there's also an African one, a smaller one that has horns. That
Well, the one in our gift print set, the one that's on the wall there behind us, that has, well, it was described in the original as a Mimizuku, so I guess that's what it is. I think it has quasi horns there. There's
yeah,
something-
it's got little horns.
That was crazy last night, right? Sunday night, you went up there to get your paper wet or something, and there's no room in the printing room, and there's so many printers working
Yes.
on Sunday
Like
night.
6 pairs of shoes.
Dave's a slave factory here, all printers working Sunday night late.
Koengami is asking how I got to know you. I feel like I got to know you by watching you on Twitch, but of course, I was just a comments in a stream at that point.
Was that where you knew about our work from Twitch? Or
No,
you...
I knew about your work just because I had done a lot of web research about woodblock printing, and of course, you come up, and I ordered your forced print
Oh, the book, the
CD,
ebook? Okay. Yeah.
yeah, the little CD,
Yeah.
and this was after I had taken Annie's workshop. But I wanted to learn a little bit more, see if you guys did it any differently than I learned from her. And
Well, very different, of course, because the things outlined in my little booklet there, it's pretty much sort of basically classical approach, Japanese traditional approach. Annie works what? Start with one block and go from there, or does she work out a whole?
sometimes she does reduction prints, but sometimes she does sets.
When I said one block, I didn't mean reduction. Like, for example, Matt Brown, he doesn't do reduction prints, but he doesn't do the whole thing at first. He'll cut 1 or 2 blocks to start with, print them, then print the result onto a new block and start cutting it from the result of the first 2 colors, like maybe a mountain shape and a land shape or something. Cuts blocks for those, prints them onto a print, pastes that onto another block, and then based on what he sees there, he'll start cutting trees or something or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen her in process, so all I know about her process is what she posts on her blog. And she may do that sometimes, but the way she taught us in the workshop was to
You make a master thing first.
you make a master
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and then you use that to trace your colors on.
Okay. Because that's what Matt Brown doesn't. He doesn't make a master finished picture, like gets his watercolors out and makes a painting. There's a mountain, there's a tree, he doesn't do that usually. So he works bit by bit, building up. Like it's like making a house. You put some kind of foundation layer in first, not knowing where you're going upstairs yet. And then on top of the foundation, he starts putting bricks and things in place, and then lets things happen and builds it on top of what you got so far. It's the antithesis of what we do, of course, which is plan out everything as much as we can before we ever touch wood,
I think combining the best of worlds is probably the way to go, but I haven't done a print that way yet. In other words, plan everything out, but then, carve one block and see, print it, use the Hanshita method and see where your next set of lines need to fall.
But this one I just shown us with the 3, that had a key block, so you started with the key drawing and
Yeah.
then took colors from there.
Yeah.
In Matt's system, there's no key block, there's no lines. It's all color masses. So on top
So he
of
just
each
makes it
mass,
up, kind of. He sort of makes it up as he goes along, or he
Yeah, that's the
sees
idea.
what happens.
Make it up, meaning create the art, of course.
Yeah.
So if you say make it up as he goes along, it sounds like a bit childish, but no, he creates it as he goes, of course.
Maramushi. So is the goal of all stream regulars to join Dave's morning show?
Is that what's going to happen as the years go by by one, people get here, you know, as they come to
Could
Japan?
be. Kodingami
But
says
Dave's,
of
wait. He said what? Dave's morning show?
Dave's morning show.
Is that what this is? You're a sidekick? We need an orchestra in the back there. Hey, hit it, Jack. Let's go.
We need to be cracking jokes. Am I the straight man or the?
And then next is a live studio audience, you know, of course, sitting there, you know, with a lady with a sign that says applause and quiet please and whatever. And then we need a monologue.
Yeah, exactly. We can try to make Cameron do the monologue, but I don't think he would.
He could do it as a straight man. It's okay. He'd probably have fun with that. Not. Get those saxophones out that are upstairs. Dave's morning show. I think we need to add a bit more interesting content than what we have here. But
We need to get Dave a big sofa seat and a giant mug of coffee. Mm-hmm. Fridge is your co-host.
don't we need, like, don't they sit behind a big table? I've never seen like these shows. I hear about them and stuff like that, but I've never seen any of these things. I thought they sat behind desks.
Yeah, I think it's the guests that sit on the cushy sofa with water bottles and stuff, or glasses of gin.
The only memories I have of stuff like that would be seeing Johnny Carson or something. But
Yeah.
that was always way past my bedtime. I thought from those shows you had to give away stuff like giveaway cars and stuff. I don't know. What's the deal these days on those chat shows? Keep your eye out there, Karen Sanders, for that. It could be people standing outside in the rain waiting, like they've got their party
Yeah.
at 8:30, and it could be the kind of people that would just stand outside in the rain instead of pushing the way in. So if you see somebody out there,
No sign.
okay. What's the time? Are we open? We're careful on that.
We are 8:22.
Okay, so they could be here any minute now.
Could be
So.
here any minute.
Yeah. Another warning to the people just joining us that it's going to be a short stream today. 8:30 is a print party here. So. It'll be the end of this week's streams. This is Monday in Tokyo, so it's the last of our streams this week. We start again on Wednesday, so 2 days from now. And I'll probably be sitting right here at the same spot, cutting in the same place.
The weather is not that bad. It's just wet. It's just gray and wet. We've had some really gorgeous
It's going back and
days.
forth, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
It was cold but sunny for a while, and then yesterday was lovely.
Were you out, like the cherry blossoms, are they still up or are they starting to come down now here in Tokyo? What's the...
Some of them are still going. Yeah, on the temple grounds there's still things blooming.
Did you
that-
catch the one at the end of our block here?
Yeah,
Didn't you?
yeah, it's really blooming good. But I haven't been back down to the river. What's the resolution of these blocks? How small can you make the lines?
Well, I'm not sure if a cherry block has a resolution. No. The one I'm carving right now is a color block, so the wood, we chose a fairly soft wood for this, so there's going to be no fine lines on this one. This whole project, the print we're making right now, is not specifically high detail. There's the key block, and the lines are actually quite fat. That's the style of these little, what we call chibi prints. This is a bunch of chibis for the Patreons. And the lines here, they're pretty fat. There's no delicate engraving on these. But what's our limit? I don't know. Microscopic, really. Plenty microscopic.
Oh, Korngami, Annie Bissett. I think she lives in the Northeast.
She's near Boston, so.
Yeah, she was. They recently moved, but I don't remember exactly where to. But she did a workshop in Santa Fe at a place called Making Art Safely. They do a lot of printmaking, but they do it using materials that
They're
aren't
non-toxic stuff.
Yeah, they're
yeah,
non-toxic.
yeah.
Don't require a lot of solvents.
She's big on the web. She has a website, of course, right? I don't know.
Yeah, she has a blog and a
Yeah,
website
yeah.
where she sells her prints.
What's the word? Bissett, B-I-S-S-E-T-T?
Exactly.
And-
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should find a link to
Well,
that.
no. Sit back.
Okay.
That's what they're for. It's
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Use your power. Use your powers here. Your
Ah, yes.
magic powers.
Manipulate the net.
Her printmaking is much more. What's the word here?
Has a message.
Yes, exactly. Everything has a message, which we don't do here, but very different concept. Political activism and social activism. Gender issues.
Not all of
women's
it, but a
No,
lot of
really?
it. Yeah, I think she has.
Again, I'm
done
not
some-
saying this in any way of criticism, just description. I thought all of her prints really, she wanted to be activist about something or to change society or.
She does, but I think that she has a few series that aren't
Really?
that, aren't that overt.
Does the link come up?
Well, there we go.
Very interesting work. Her stuff.
Oh, here's some
Voices
people.
gathering
Are we back in
outside.
there?
We'll go and have a look, see if that's them. It could be that our guests are here.
Upstairs.
It could be these are our guests here. It sounds like they're here. So. Good morning. Hello, we're all here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at it. 4 of you. Okay. A little bit easier. Oh, hold on a second. Good morning. Wow. Just to warn you, at the moment, we're doing a live broadcast right now. So everything you say will be held against you in a court of law. We're going to shut it down. We normally stream each morning from 8 to about 9:30. As I sit here carving, there's a camera active and another camera active. And people all over the world are watching what we do, and they ask silly questions, and we try and answer and stuff like that. So at the moment, those people are watching the 4 of you standing there. But we'll shut this down right now, of course. Okay, guys, I've got to go. The guests are here for the morning print party. Just before I shut down, where are you from? What part of the world?
Australia.
Australia.
Queensland.
So you're cool with all this sort of stuff, no problem. Have you done prints before?
No.
How did you find out about us? Why are you here? What brought you here?
Was Lonely Planet God.
Oh, good
searching
enough.
For something to do.
And you trusted what they said?
We did.
Oh,
Yes.
see if we
And then
can.
we went on the site and went.
We did watch the
okay.
YouTube.
And we watched the.
Oh, you've seen some of this. Okay, so you know what kind of things are going on here. Okay, all right. I better shut this down then. Okay, guys, you can see what's happening now. The guests are here. That's the end of this week's Sano Streams here. So we'll be back here, same time, same station, Wednesday morning to finish off this block, ready to go. My apologies for the short stream.
Yeah.
Blame it on these
Blame
guys.
it
It's all
on
right.
We can't fit in with
All right.
regular times.
Bye-bye. See you next time. Thank you very much.